Hello and welcome to a Wednesday Live right here on the Early Line on SportsGrid and all across the SportsGrid network. That includes sportsgrid.com/watch, where you can find your favorite destination and consume everything all across the grid. He is Donnie Rightside. I am Ben Stevens. We are here together for the next 3 hours up until 11 a.m. Eastern Time. A Tuesday night, another triple header of NBA playoff action. We had potential series clinching spots in 2 of the 3 games that we had, but these series will roll on in the opening round of action in the association. We'll go around Major League Baseball with a full 15-game slate on a Tuesday. Quadruple header of game number 5s yesterday on the ice in the Stanley Cup postseason as well. So much to get to here, Donnie, in these 3 hours. Again, up until 11 a.m. Eastern.
Absolutely it is. Watching the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks look like it was a foregone conclusion. The Knicks would be moving forward, 30 seconds to go, down 6 points. And then Tyrese Maxey happened. What a phenomenal finish in New York, which forces a game number 6 and also a finish there, which I love to see. The Cavaliers 104-103 over the Magic. So things are moving kindly for me right now in the NBA, my sports fandom. But it was a great night overall last night, and we got 3 hours to get to it, Ben.
And it is the first day of a new month. Welcome to May, live right here on the Early Line as well. The opening day, May 1st. So let's go back to the triple header of action last night in the NBA. The New York Knicks up 3-1 in the opening round set against the Philadelphia 76ers. Back inside the Garden for game number 5. And until about the final 30 seconds, it seemed like the Knickerbockers were going to close out this series. But as Donnie said, Tyrese Maxey happened. 96-90. Maxey comes down the opposite end of the floor. He hits a 3 as he is fouled. 4-point play makes it a 2-point game. Josh Hart gets fouled for New York, makes 1 of 2 free throws, which allows Tyrese Maxey in the final 10 seconds from the logo to pull up and drain a deep, deep triple that sends the game to overtime. And in OT, Philly pulls away. 112-106. The 76ers winning outright as a 4-point underdog inside Madison Square Garden to keep this series alive.
Yeah, crazy statistics all the way through, Ben. Triple-double here out of Joel Embiid. We didn't even know if he was going to play yesterday doing the early line. Migraine headaches pop up, Bell's palsy in your face, a bum knee, and yet basically playing the entire game, 48 minutes. Now, granted, he did have some overtime, so he did sit a little bit. And quite frankly, I didn't think he was all that effective down the stretch, which he really hasn't been in the series, even in a series, Ben, where he's dropped 50 points in a game. But the Philadelphia 76ers never gave up. The Knicks should have closed this game out. It's one that you take a look at, and you might rue over, because not only do you have to play game 6 if the Sixers win, then you have a game 7, but even if you do win this series, you're having extra wear and tear on some of these guys where injuries can happen in a series that should have been put away last night in the Garden late. Fantastic stuff by Tyrese Maxey. 46 points on the road in the world's most famous arena. That's how you make yourself into a national brand, Ben.
7 triples, none bigger than those final 2 in the last 30 seconds of regulation. Jalen Brunson, 40 points on the other side, played 51 minutes, but a costly turnover in OT. All 53 minutes played for Josh Hart. OG Anunoby reached the 50-minute mark as well. Tom Thibodeau is going to run these guys as long as he can. We'll continue to react to everything in this opening hour. Bigger picture conversations about all 3 games in the association last night, but we fly through. For the first time in NBA playoff history, a team without its 2 leading scorers wins a postseason game. That's the Milwaukee Bucks. Last night in game number 5 inside the Pfizer Forum. Without Giannis Antetokounmpo, without Damian Lillard, Milwaukee pulls off a huge second half, winning 115-92 over Indiana. The series stays alive. The Bucks win outright as a 4-point home dog.
And also, the Indiana Pacers, Ben, getting up 31-23 at the end of the first quarter. This should have been a coronation for the Pacers, saying, we're finally past you, Bucks, here, and nobody's going to feel bad for you because your top 2 players are not playing. What did we talk about yesterday on the show? Don't give life to other teams that should be put away, a la the Philadelphia 76ers. Have a little bit of life now. But the Milwaukee Bucks, without their two superstars, not playing in that game, you win that. Now you're going to start to see some of those guys come back. And also the feeling from the Bucks is, even if we don't have those guys, we can win. Because this wasn't a lucky game where it's like, hey, man, the Pacers just didn't play well in 93-92 final. We'll get them next time. That was 115-92 after an 8-point lead in the first quarter. The Bucks were better in the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter last night. And Giannis looks like he's on his way back. Watch out, Pacers.
Ooh.
Still, the Pacers should win this series, but you don't want to give them life. You had the chance to out them in their own building, and they couldn't get it done.
Giannis is ramping up, but last night that balanced effort, all 5 starters for the Bucks score in double figures, led by big game BP Bobby Portis. He had 29 points alongside Chris Middleton, who also put in 29 points as well. Game number 6 back in Indianapolis tomorrow. The Pacers a 7.5-point home favorite. Game number 6 back in Philly. The 76ers, as of this moment, a 3.5-point home favorite. Could we see 7 there? We might see 7 in the other Eastern Conference series we saw last night, because you keep winning on home floor. The Cleveland Cavaliers back in the land, win 104-103 over Orlando. But for the first time in this series, the team in its own home arena does not win by double digits and does not cover, as the Magic do cover as a 5.5-point underdog. Huge defensive play from the guy on your screen, Evan Mobley, in the final 10 seconds, blocking a layup attempt from Franz Wagner. It allows Cleveland to hold on for a victory. They win by 1. They take a 3-2 series lead.
How about Boncaro's 38 minutes last night, 14 of 24 from the floor, 39 points. Wasn't good enough in that effort. But if you want to say that the Orlando Magic were still carrying some momentum over, they really didn't show up in games 1 and games 2 in Cleveland. They showed up last night with a legitimate chance to win and taking the lead in the fourth quarter. Weren't able to hang on, which is good for me. I'm rooting for the Cavaliers in this series. It's one of those that it looks like it's probably destined for 7 games here in a series that, for me, I really don't care about all that much other than the betting aspects of it. But here we go. Cleveland Cavaliers escape with a 1-point victory and take that commanding 3-2 lead now.
The Magic back at home in Orlando on Friday. Orlando booked as a 3.5-point home favorite. Again, it's been the theme of that series. Quadruple header of action in the Stanley Cup postseason. 4 Game 5s last night, where we had clinching scenarios in all 4. The Hurricanes, as a -255 home ice favorite, do exactly that against the New York Islanders. The Avs on the road in Winnipeg scores 6 goals once again. They win the series against the Jets. But in overtime, without Austin Matthews on the road in Boston, the Maple Leafs continue the series to knock off the Bruins. And late night in Vancouver, the Preds bounce back to keep that series afloat as well.
Yeah, good hockey across the board, but the one that we were probably focused on the most was that Maple Leafs-Bruins game, and it was exciting. Even though they only had 2 goals total in the first 3 periods of regulation, you get that overtime winner. If you are a Maple Leafs fan, there's got to be nothing more, which we've all seen it if you're a hockey fan. Your team in an elimination game for yourself gets to overtime, man. You can't even sit down. There's so much stress at that point, but the Leafs did win. You mentioned Matthews not playing in that game due to illness. Hopefully he's back in the next game, and maybe you get a springboard here. But if you're Boston, you let one get away on your home ice to close out. You didn't do it. Let's see if this series can extend maybe to 7 games.
Some news to file through right now in the NBA. Kristaps Porzingis with a calf strain will not play tonight in game number 5. Boston booked as a 14-point home favorite against Miami, but maybe more than that, he will miss at least several games. Now to Major League Baseball. Mike Trout, often on the injured list, finds his way back there. Knee surgery on a torn meniscus, not season-ending, but out for a considerable amount of time. And Shohei Ohtani, the money stolen by his former interpreter, was funneled through casinos. That's the news that we have at this moment. But more importantly, our reactions from the 3 games we saw last night in the NBA playoffs. The Tyrese Maxey game in the Garden. Up next.